God, it's Saturday, 2 o'clock, hip-hop in action, special, Geechie Dan, Kevie Kev, DJ Amazing DeWitt edition. This is special. Stay tuned.
Oh my God, it's happening. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision and the Hip Hop Museum with the most amazing guest, Geechie Dan. Thank you for being with us. Oh my God, took the bus all the way from New York. From Queens, to be exact, right?
No, I came from the Bronx.
From the Bronx.
DeWitt came from Queens. Me and Waterbed came from the Bronx.
Oh, my God.
Bus all the way, baby.
So, everyone knows Geechie Dan. Everyone in hip-hop knows Geechie Dan. Because he's...
out for the love, man.
Well, you're a tape god.
Yes, thank you.
You are a tape god. And just for, like, my fans and the viewers that don't know, okay, Geechie Dan isn't just known because of his network. He's also known because he's a broadcaster and a collector of very early tape jams from the late 70s on up. Tell us just real quickly, because we're going to get into the hip-hop news, and we're going to be with you for a long while here.
It's all good.
Get your popcorn, because we got a great show today. But tell people, you know, of all the jams you got and all the tapes you got, what's maybe your most special or prized tape that you have?
I got four or five. I got 5 tapes that mean a lot to me. Really special. One tape, the first tape that's really special to me is The Funk Machine with Grandmaster Caz. That's an offspring group that was down with Zulu Nation, with Africa Islam. Big shout out to Africa Islam from Zulu Beats. There wasn't that many Funk Machine jams, but the ones that were out there, they hot.
What year is this, you think?
Now, this should be 1979, 1980.
Funk Machine. I wasn't even aware of this.
Yes, there's another offspring group of Band Body. He had Jazzy 5, he had Soul Sonic Force, he had Cosmic Force, and he had another group called Funk Machine.
Okay, that's one. You said so 4 tapes.
All right, so that's one. The Jam Master J battle with my man, the Amazing DeWitt.
Which is going to kind of like world premiere
that's world
later
premiere
today in the show, so stay tuned. World premiere 1989, Amazing DeWitt versus Jam Master J, rest in peace.
Yes, that's one of my favorites because there ain't no tapes out here that have Jam Master J other than, you know, live performances with Run DMC. Right. He, you know, came out of his, you know, he came out of his shell, you know, from touring. He just came off a tour, as I was told, and he came to Baisley Park, and he stepped to my man, Amazing DeWitt, and they went back and forth and had a little mini battle, and that was like out of character because Jam Master Jay was on top of the world at that time. Yeah. He didn't have to do this. This is, you know, why is he coming to the park? For what? Everybody is trying to get out the park is trying to be like him. Right. To go on tour with the number one group in the world. Right. Why are you coming to the park? Right. Flexing. Right. So I just thought that was kind of fly. Yeah. And he come back and then, you know, he's no longer here with us. So that's really special.
That is special.
Next tape is special to me. Grandmaster Vic, he going against Brother B at the Elks Lounge in 1985. It's a battle at the Elks Lounge in Hollis, Queens in 1985. This is special to me because Grandmaster Vic at that time was on top of like up here. He was our first Grandmaster in Queens. Right. As far as a DJ. Right. He was the first DJ in Queens that was really a truly Grandmaster. He was nice, fast. He's nice. So big shout out to Grandmaster Vic. And he went the F off.
What year is this?
1985. He went off. And he destroyed I Can't Stop. And that's just that's another favorite.
That's 3?
That's 3.
4.
Dr. Rock and the Foursome Seas at Harlem World. That's another
what year?
Hot jam. That's 1981.
So Harlem World, you know, one of the things that we're going to be playing for everybody later in the show is this Cold Crush Brothers versus the Fantastic Five at Harlem World in 81. And I know that you got a few Harlem World joints.
I got a lot of Harlem Worlds.
Yeah. Harlem World is, to me, just as good as it got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a
That was
lot of
nice.
great stuff that went
Yeah,
down.
there was a lot of iconic battles and shows that went on at Harlem World.
So those are Geechie Dan's top 4 cassettes.
I got 2 more.
2 more. So
I
you
gotta
really have
add-
6.
I really got 6.
All right.
There's a one with Cold Crush 4 and the Treacherous 3 at Harlem World. And it's the Treacherous 3 second anniversary party at Harlem World. And Grandmaster Cash from the Cold Crush 4, he dissed a heckler in the crowd. Like, he just destroyed this dude in the crowd that was talking crap about him. And he just went in and destroyed him. Like a cappella.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the tape, the Treacherous 3 called out the Furious 5 for a battle with Melly Mel at the end of the tape. And this is 1980, I believe this is 1981. 82, my bad, thank you.
Wow.
1982. So that's another special.
Wow.
Because Cold Crush they went in. Treacherous 3, they went in as far as performance.
Yeah.
They was on point. The DJs,
Yeah.
the cuts, everything on the tape was perfect.
Yeah.
So that's another one. And then I got one last one. It's a Mikey D tape. Mikey D at a park jam at 231 Park in 1986 or 1987. Might be 1986. As I recall. He went in. The Amazing Duet was there. Kid Quick was there. Cutmaster JT was there. And Mikey D just went off. Rhyming just went off.
And I just got to ask, for the most part, outside of actually living it, where do you get your cassettes from? Where do you get your tapes from?
I've been collecting tapes since I was 12 years old, right? And so back in the days when I started collecting tapes, I used to get snippets. I was blessed to get 5 minutes of a 60-minute party because that's what they played on the radio on the world's famous Supreme Team show, Zulu Beats, Mr. Magic. They used to play snippets. So when I got older, I promised myself that I would find the complete party, the complete jam of a tape. I'm tired of getting this teasing me with these snippets. So as I got older, I started finding out other people that collected tapes like myself, that had a love and a passion of these tapes, because these tapes are our vinyl.
Right.
With hip hop, our vinyl. And so I would listen to a tape, and if I was sad.
You remember the first tape, like the first jam you ever got?
The first 2 tapes I got was the Kumo D Busy Bee battle in Harlem World 1981. And the second tape was the Cold Crush Treacherous 3 anniversary at Harlem World.
Okay, well, speaking of Busy Bee, we're going to be calling in Busy Bee later in the show. We're going to be getting a hold of Biz Markie later in the show.
I got a lot of tapes of Biz Markie, so Biz.
Well, Biz also has an incredible collection. And you know what I think is really special is that just the other day, what was that, 2 days ago?
2 days ago, yeah.
Biz Markie posted that the first tape he ever heard was the L Brothers.
Right, and we're going to play that
and today, in the building, we have Kevie Kev of the L Brothers and Furious, Romantic Fantastic 5. Now, right now, we want to educate the people.
All right.
Okay, in classic hip hop, in the real hip hop world, there's a lot of great stuff happening.
Yes.
And I feel like you don't, just because you're an OG or you're an older cat doesn't mean that you can't keep up with all the great new happenings with the classic hip hop. So, Deezy, my producer here, without further ado.
Yeah, Dizzy, what up?
We have a section we call Today in Hip Hop. Yeah, okay, here we go. That's just a little thing we do.
I like it. It's all right. It's all right.
You like that?
And then had a little echo.
Yeah.
Hip hop, hop, hop.
Yeah, it's like pigs in space. You know? Okay, so check this out. There is a amazing lineup called All Stars of Hip Hop coming up. I want to show you, the Geechie, this lineup. Okay. DZ, can you put that flyer on the? Look at this: KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, MC Light, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Eric B. and Rakim, and Kumo D. That's a pretty fucking great show.
Hip hop show.
January 19th.
Yes.
Okay, so go to that. Wait, sorry, put that back up. Where is this show? Atlantic City. Okay, so let me tell you. that is just close enough for me to tell the wife, listen, babe, I just got to go to that. That's a great lineup. Now, I really want to, I'm a sneakerhead, and the Hip Hop Museum has the world's largest collection of hip hop sneakers. But what do you think of these bespoke menthol Nike kicks
Those are different.
from Ari? Now, these are the menthol 10s. Now, these are Air Force Ones that he, clearly customized, to look exactly like, the Newport cigarettes.
Right,
okay?
right.
His name, the guy who did this, is Ari Saul Foreman, okay, who did these. I want to ask you, how much do you think these are going for on eBay right now? What's your guess?
If I had to take a guess, I would say $3,000.
You're very close. They're going for $10,000 right now on
$10,000?
eBay. They
What?
are size 10s.
Wow.
And this guy is real. That was a very limited edition thing,
Right.
he did with those. But it goes to show sneaker heads. It's turned to art.
$10,000.
It's now art. I didn't say I got them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you, you can get them. I don't
Right,
have.
I'm not
I don't
paying
have
no
bank
$10,000.
like that.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
All right, now check this out. I'm addicted to boom boxes.
Yes.
Okay,
we
we
were
got
talking about that on
we got
the
the
bus.
Lasonic over in the corner. We have many boom boxes. We have America's largest
I like
boom
that
box.
boom box.
Okay, right there. Check
like
out
that.
this boom box.
Oh, I like that.
All
now,
right.
Isn't that a building?
Right, exactly. So that's a building.
Yeah,
right. Sorry, I
okay.
shouldn't have said it like that. But this is.
That's
I don't
hot,
even
though.
know where this is, but I found this, and I've decided that when the museum has a physical building, that is what the entrance needs to
That's
look
hot.
like.
I think you showed me that before. Was that in
No.
Asia? Or
No,
Japan
that
or
was a different one.
Okay,
And that
okay.
was an entire building. This
Okay.
is just an
Okay.
entryway.
Now that's here in the States?
I honestly don't know where it is. I
Okay.
looked and I looked and I
That's
looked.
hot.
I only found the picture, so it's a teaser. Now, there's a new documentary in 31 parts coming out about cold chillin'. So check. I went and I watched the first teaser, the trailer for it.
Right.
I got to be honest, it looks amazing.
Okay. We're going to check it out?
I mean, what's your favorite? Cold Chillin' birthed a lot of amazing hip hop music. What's your favorite single from the Cold Chillin' label? Or what sticks out to you?
The Symphony.
Yeah, me too.
The Symphony.
All right.
It don't get no
No, that
more
was
than that.
that was a
one.
lame question because that's like everyone
The
would say
symphony.
that, right? Okay. All right. Now, this guy is a DC comedian, and he has now won the highest prize in comedy for lifetime achievement, and that is DC's own Dave Chappelle. Check out all of these pictures with our mayor, Muriel Bowser. This is Dave winning the Mark Twain Award at the Kennedy Center. Okay.
That's hot.
And now that's him with Muriel Bowser.
Right.
Look at his shirt, unapologetically dope. And now October 27th is Dave Chappelle Day.
Oh, that's what's up.
And I want to give a huge shout out. Keep going. One more, two more pictures there. Oh, nice hugs. Okay, one more picture. Stop there. This is our curator, Red Summer. Red
yeah.
is the
Big shout out
one
to
who
Red.
single-handedly curated all of the shadow boxes and exhibits at the Hip Hop Museum, at our grand opening and every single, in Milwaukee and everything we've ever done.
Right.
And she is now the professor of museum curation at the Duke Ellington School for Performing Arts, where Dave Chappelle went to school, and just donated an incredible outfit or costume from the Dave Chappelle Show that
That's
her
hot.
students curated at the school.
That's hot.
And these are high school students. So they are taking the country's only museum curation high school program.
That's
There's
hot.
only one high school in America that teaches it, and she teaches it over there. At,
Oh, she teaches it.
yes,
That's hot.
right.
That's hot.
The Hip Hop Museum's curator teaches it
That's hot.
at
I
high
think-
school. Shout out
hot.
to you, Red.
Yeah, Red. Big shout out to Red.
You're an amazing person. Okay. Look at this tweet from Drez of Black Sheep. Don't know if you've heard yet, but I'm putting together a project for early 2020. I was blessed with permission from Ma Dukes to go through over 500 folders of production from J Dilla and make an album. Overwhelming. A bit, and more words that I'm not reading. But what do you think of that? Drez and J Dilla.
That's hot. That's
Peanut
hot.
butter, meat jelly. Right?
That's hot. Drez is nice.
Right?
Man.
That's
Jay
gonna be
Dilla, yeah,
dope.
That's good, man. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I like
Okay.
that one too.
So, brand new album dropped two days ago, 1 day ago. the new Gangstar album. There's a new article in the New York Times about how fans almost didn't get this album from Gangstar. I really want people to go read this article, but even more than that, I want them to go download and stream this album, which, from what I understand, half of the proceeds are going to, rest in peace, Guru Keith Elam's family.
Yes. Rest in
Okay,
peace, Guru.
so please go and download it and stream it and listen to it. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
It's been on repeat in my car.
Yeah. That brother was nice.
Yo, he's so nice
Smooth.
with it. Speaking of nice brothers, Ivan Beslik, one of the artists that's featured in the Hip Hop Museum, just painted this amazing Gangstar tribute painting in honor, I guess, of the new album. And I love his style, man. He's a German artist, and I just think that's really dope. His whole style is
dope.
Is sick.
That's real
So
dope.
shout out Ivan Beslik out there in Germany.
Ivan.
Shout out. Also, shout out DJ Toast, who just came out with a Bootsy Collins tribute on the Grown Man Rap Show.
Wait. DJ Toast?
That's his name.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
It's
unique.
No judgment zone over here.
Right.
This is really one of my favorite podcasts, though, because every podcast he does is a theme. So this one is hip-hop songs that sampled Bootsy Collins.
Mm-hmm.
So every show, this is just the most recent one. But go check
Okay.
him out on SoundCloud and wherever you take your podcast.
DJ Toast.
DJ Toast.
I will.
You're really caught on that.
Got me inquisitive.
You're really
I'm
caught on that.
inquisitive.
He's been doing it for a minute, since the 90s. He was even a
Right.
writer. So shout out.
Okay,
Shout out
I'm gonna
him.
check him out.
Yeah, journalist.
I like the name is just different.
Yeah.
DJ
yeah,
Toast.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah.
I gotta check him out. All right.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Jay Prince. Now,
Happy birthday, Jay Prince.
Happy birthday.
Rap a lot.
What an incredible entrepreneur and
Yes.
executive he is, okay? And Bun B had some really nice things to say about him. So go check that out, what Bun B had to say. Because he basically said that, he wouldn't have had the career that he's had if it weren't for Jay Prince believing in him.
Right. I agree.
And, I guess show this flyer. I don't know why it's in there. This is who we are and what we're doing right now. Do you have this Hip Hop in Action flyer?
Yeah, y'all have it.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's cool. It's cool. Everyone will see this. So it's just a flyer for what's happening today, which is our RIP Jam Master Jay tribute show
Yes.
with Geechie Dan, the Tape God, with DJ Amazing DeWitt, who battled Jam Master Jay in '89.
Yes.
And the one, the only, the waterbed man himself, Kevie
Kev.
And that's what this is. Can we get a zoom in on this record, DZ, for a second? Look at that.
Waterbed Kev.
Waterbed
all night
Kev,
long.
all night long.
Sugar Hill Records.
And he wasn't just in Sugar Hill. He was also in
Wild
Style, the world's first hip-hop movie, and battled the Cold Crush Brothers.
Yep.
At Harlem
history.
World. A lot of history.
Lot of
A lot of history.
Yes.
If you're in the right place, if you're tuned in, because you're going to learn a lot. Now, let's talk about Jam Master Jay a
Yes.
little bit here.
Okay.
All right, so we have some pictures to kind of illustrate just a few pieces of news related to Jam Master Jay. DZ, if we could pull up that first picture on Jam Master Jay. It's called Jam Master J1. Yep. Okay, so check this out. So this is Ralph McDaniels.
Yes.
And Jam Master Jay's son, and Sherwin Banfield, who created this incredible hip hop totem pole.
Yes.
And it's featured at the Queens Library.
Yes. And actually right across the street from where Jam Master Jay got killed.
Oh man.
Right across the street. Yep.
Well, that's a shame. That's at the
library.
Queens Library.
Yes.
And that's part of an art installation called A Cipher in Queens.
Yes.
If we could go to the next image there. There he is, the man himself.
Jay. My man Jay.
It's a great picture.
Missed his brother, man. He meant a lot to
Yeah,
Hollis, man.
he meant a lot to DJing.
Yes.
He meant a lot to hip hop.
And he was so cool, man.
Such a nice,
Just
down to
so
earth
cool.
guy, from what everybody says.
I got a
right?
story about him.
Yeah, go.
Now, my history involves Jehovah's Witness. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
The Kingdom Hall that I used to attend was on Hollis Avenue and 201st Street back in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
When Run DMC blew up, Jay had bought a BMW, a black BMW, and he'd drive down Hollis Avenue, when they wasn't on tour, and just chilling and checking things out, blowing the horn and saying what's up to people out the window, So one night, Thursday night, after the meeting, after Jehovah's Witness Theocratic Ministry School meeting was over on Thursday, I'm outside in front of the Kingdom Hall, and it's summertime, right? And I'm rhyming in front of the Kingdom Hall.
Well, that's already an interesting scene.
Yeah. So it was very weird at that time, So
Hope no curse words.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh, geez.
I said
All
a
right.
rhyme. I used to rhyme about Jehovah and just being foolish, but at the same time, I wanted to be different. I wanted to say rhymes that nobody else wasn't thinking about or going to say. So I said them.
You were the original Hove.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad joke. Sorry.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Geechie Hova.
Geechie Hova. Oh, man, that doesn't sound right at all.
So I'm rhyming in front of the Kingdom Hall on Hollis Avenue, and Jay, he drives by, he slows down, and he just busts out laughing. He shakes his head. He just busts out laughing,
Wow.
and he drove off, and he beat the horn at me.
Wow.
And he was like, he just thought that was so
Ridiculous.
to be rhyming in front of the Kingdom Hall.
I'm surprised you're admitting this to this day.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. All right.
Yeah, so I
Well,
had
that's
to say
good. All right. Well, let's go on to the next picture there. Oh, shout out Amy Cinnamon. Let me tell you, Amy Cinnamon is an incredible artist down in Miami. And she does all of these tributes, and her art is also featured in Chuck D's newest book, This Day in Rap and Hip Hop History. And I love this image. The way she embodies hip hop iconic artists with just a few lines and colors and strokes. It just impresses me. So I love hip hop art. Let's go to the next one. Speaking of hip hop art, yeah. So this is a nice drawing. It's a nice illustration of Jam Master Jay that was just
that's
recently
nice.
done.
That's hot.
And I just like
That's nice.
anything like art and hip hop makes so much sense because hip hop is like life remixed. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop remixes everything, so that's a really nice piece.
Big shout out to Amy.
And then the next, shout out Amy Cinnamon, and shout
nice.
out also. Here's another picture of Sherwin Banfield's a cipher in Queens. This is so Jason William Mizell, a.k.a. Jam Master Jay, was the DJ of the influential group Run DMC. He was born January 21st, 1965 in Brooklyn, and his family moved to Hollis, Queens in 1975. His love for music started at just 5 years old. He learned to play several instruments, and as he grew older, his skill set progressed. In 1979, Jam Master Jay, originally called himself Jazzy Jace, started using a new instrument, a turntable. He began making a name for himself performing locally. Mizell formed Run DMC with Joseph Run Simmons and Daryl DMC McDaniels in the 1980s. Run DMC became one of the biggest hip-hop groups in the world and are credited with breaking hip-hop into the mainstream. On October 30th, 2002, an unknown person fatally shot Jam Master Jay in his recording studio on Merrick Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens. And that's a picture of Sherwin Banfield actually sculpting a cipher in Queens. So shout out Sherwin. I think we got one last image. Yeah, so I didn't even realize this. If you want to zoom in on that, DZ, I didn't even realize, like, it's hard enough to make those incredible statues, but, man, you also made miniatures?
That's nice.
God, that's cool.
That's cool.
Sherwin, can we have those in the collection?
I need to holler at you, Sherwin.
Yeah, he's so talented, isn't he?
He is.
All right, so that's that, and we will have the actual 1989 battle between the amazing DeWitt and Jam Master Jay.
Right. Now, I want DeWitt to talk about what came about, how this battle started.
Oh, my God, yeah, we've got plenty of time for that.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to last few things. Shout out Dan Lish. This is his new illustration of Jurassic 5. Look at that. This is, man. Oh, Dan Lish is so talented out there in the UK. Yep.
That's different.
That's Dan Lish and his colorization. I think he does digital colorization, but he does the illustration by hand.
That is really Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
all his stuff's amazing.
That is hot.
What's this?
I like that.
Kevie Kev albums? What's this? Oh, we have these on set. Oh, okay. Naughty by Nate. Yep, there we okay. If you can't, if you're not looking at our set, there's a picture of it. Naughty by Nature has a lot of gear. So if you want to go get some Naughty by Nature gear, I especially like their hats. They have that iconic logo that everybody loves. You can go and get a bundle that's online right now. Okay, and Pete Rock. Look at this lineup. This is a nice lineup. Pete Rock, Dawes Effects, Ralph McDaniels, Drez. Fantastic Fridays. Okay, November 15th at where is that?
Where's that at?
Believe Music Hall. Okay.
Where's that at?
Man, Google. Google. But that's a dope lineup, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dope lineup. And that's cool that Ralph is going to be a part of that show.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Big shout out to them.
On November 20th, there's going to be a really dope Rock Rada tribute. So Rock Rada with DJ Boogie Blind from the X-Men, and also A-Track will be there, and Rob Swift of the X-Men will also be there.
Right.
Okay, so go check that out on November 20th.
Big shout out to Boogie Blind.
Yeah, Boogie Blind's sick, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I love his mixes.
Yes.
Roxanne Shantae's birthday is coming up, so on November 6th, you can go celebrate her birthday in Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, my hometown, Queens. That's right.
Don
Shantae.
Coq. Oh, with Master Ace and Craig G.
That's what's up. Big
And,
shout out to the
and
Juice
DJ
Crew.
Mr. C.
That's what's up. Shantae, what up? Queensbridge, what's up?
Yo, I love Roxanne. She's such a cool person, too.
Yes.
Speaking of cool people, DJ Dr. Dre from Yo MTV Raps has just done an incredible tribute show with the Take It Personal podcast, which are my guys Fila Flavor and DJ 360 and A Ron and the whole crew over there. Did an entire interview with DJ Dr. Dre about, he's got some great stories in there. So go check that out. That's their episode 53 on SoundCloud.
Big shout out to Dre. Dre, what's up? It's your boy Geechie Dan.
Dre?
He's my mentor, my radio mentor.
Yeah, he's everyone, right?
Yeah.
Man.
I used to be down with him when BA. I used to answer the phones for him.
Oh, wow.
When he was in college at BAU.
Oh, man.
Spectrum City, yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is 83, 84, when I
Oh.
was in high school.
You have any interesting calls that you took?
Yeah, got a lot of interest. The DJ Scott LaRock called up from KRS-One before he passed away.
Really?
Mikey D called up. That's the first time I spoke to Mikey D. I thought he was calling me out for a battle, but he just liked my song. I used to make demos for the radio station back in 1986.
Yo, Geechie Dan, you got stories for days. When's the book coming out? The Geechie,
You're like the third person that
the
said
Geechie
that.
Diaries is what you need to write. Hey, check this out. We have an incredible sponsor on our show. It's True Heads Clothing. That's Trueheads with a Z, clothing.com. And they do the fat lace hats.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I want to show you this incredible show. If you can go to that first image that the CEO did in St. Paul, Minnesota. He said this was a show. It was part of a month-long hip-hop from the ground-up series of events at the Ordway Center for Performing Arts. He was asked by one of the events, Rooted, to create something based on some IG posts where he paired his hats with classic album covers. And he also did write-ups on each of the albums and why they were important to him and hip-hop culture. Also in the show was featured, next picture please, if you could zoom out here, the guy who made this boombox is DJ Devious, okay? So the back patch that you're about to see on the denim jacket was actually done by DJ Devious, Divino, shout out Divino, okay, out in Denver. And the Kangol was done by a local artist, MC and graph artist in whose name is St. Paul Slim. Okay, so we want to give credit where credit is due. Now check out this amazing show that was featured at the Ordway Center in St. Paul. Let's check it out. Here's the Cold Chillin' tribute hat. There's Just Ice tribute hat and the New York LA Beats. That's dope. Look at the Kangol. There's the Sugar Hill Gang tribute hat. Mantronics and
I like that hat.
There's the Just Ice. How dope is that with the boombox on the side?
Big shout out to Just Ice.
This is Lakim Shabazz tribute hat. Okay, and the Schoolie D.
Ooh.
tribute hat. This is so dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
The MC Light. I love these pairings. You know, this is all TrueHeadsClothing.com, the Public Enemy.
That's hot. Yeah,
Okay.
That's real nice. I like that.
The Run DMC
is
and
nice
the
too.
EPMD. Look at the colorway on the
I like
EPMD. He matched it perfectly to
Yeah,
the
he
album
did.
cover.
That's really nice.
You know, there's
really
the
nice.
KRS-One tribute hat. This is all true. You can get these hats. You can literally buy them at TrueHeadsClothing.com. There's the Eric B. and Rakim tribute hat with the Cold Chillin' again.
Daddy Kane. Wow, that's
Yep.
hot.
There's some nice
like
airbrush
that.
work. True
Yeah,
Heads.
I like that. That's
Audio 2.
I need
That's
a
dope.
hat like that that says Geechie Dan.
Right?
That's kinda hot.
Well, hit them up.
I need him up.
Look
Yeah.
at that denim. Even True Heads denim. I love it.
Yeah.
With the Kangol.
Yeah, that's
Wow, St. Paul Slim.
that's scorching right there.
Yeah, that's fresh. Fresh to death. Oh, look at that. There's the Midnight Marauders hat. I didn't even notice that. That's dope.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Look at that big rope chain.
Look at all of that. Nice. Hip hop is my life. All right, perfect. All right, so right now we're gonna go to a little break, and then we're gonna pull Kevie Kev up here.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little unboxing.
All right.
We're gonna have him sign his records, and we're gonna ask him some questions from our historian,
Okay.
Jay Quan.
Jay Quan, big shout out to Jay Quan.
Okay, and
What
for
up?
for the break, DZ, I think the best thing to play is the scene, the Fantastic Five scene from Wild Style. It's the last video there. Okay, and so let's play this video scene from Wild Style with the Fantastic Five and the Cold Crush Brothers in the world's first hip-hop movie. And when we return, the one, the only Waterbed Kev will be in the building.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Peace.
Y'all like that? If y'all like that, somebody say #1.
And we're pleasing all the ladies. And when we shock the party and do it right, they seem to all go crazy. They go crazy. We're the best, we pass the test. For better or less, we don't mean to arrest. We improve our finesse till the ladies say yes. Till the 5 MCs that know the progress. We can do it, and shock and amaze. And make all the ladies stand in the days. We can steal your heart, all break it apart. We're #1 on the MC chart. You might try to deny it, other MCs try to fight it. When it comes to throwing joints, you better not try it. Please, Mr. Grand Wizard, please give it to the gents and the young ladies.
I told you from the start, I would take your heart. Not stupid or crazy, I was just smart. I'm a Virgo, to do a thing. The next thing you know, you be under my wing. Well, listen, stay for everybody, not only just you. Monkey see, you know, monkey view. I don't think I'm fly, you can't deny. Better be Dr. Rock as I am, a nice guy. The Ruby D, a Ruby D, a Ruby D, my brother, my man. Just get on the mic and take the man.
Well, Ruby G is my name, and I'm a Puerto Rican. You might think I'm black by the way I'm speaking. I'm slick, I'm happy with a lot of girls. That's the reason I attract all the sweet fly girls. The other reason is style and profile. That makes all the ladies know I'm worth the fight. Cause I'm too hot to burn. Keep going to hold Ruby D's in the place, and you must see know that I'm bad. Super bad, always bad, I'm the man. Keep on and rock the house. Come on, come on, come on. Let me turn it out. I mess around, guaranteed to make a microphone sing. Walking around, putting your down. And all the ladies know you out the next singing. Get on your mic and tell them it ain't no thing.
To the beat, y'all, it's so very unique. Cause the rhythm of the sound gets down so quick. My skill and occupation is rapping on the mic. The reason that I do it, cause that's what I like. Got the capability to do other things. Be in the movie. I'll be a pimp, a pusher, and executive. With the party room mansion, that's how I live. Eat the finest food, drink exclusive wine, and search for a girl to be mine. Oh, not looking for a woman that's only sexy. Listen up and I'll tell you how you have to be. Just honest, intelligent with sex appeal. Not lying, baby dog. Fit my description and you can't resist. After the party is over, just sign up on my list. With a whip, my man. I just get on the mic and take off, man. I'm a sex machine, cause I'm mean. You see what I mean? I am the New Yorker, the street walker, the woman stalker, the job talker, the money maker, the safe breaker. Boy, you better watch your girl, cause I'm the man that'll take. I'm the least conceited, I'm undefeated, never been beat, sound so sweet. Prince Whipper with me, yes, the ones they know. The professional magician of the microphone. And you wanna know why they call me Whip? It's cause I like can be hit. I'm on time, all the time, with all my rhymes, cause I blow your mind. You see me over here, I'm rocking over there. Have no fear, cause the vibe is here. And we ride to the non-stop. And we ride to the non-stop. Fantastic, we can make a microphone sing. Walking around, putting a diamond in the ring. The ladies know us all, the NCC. Get on the mic, cause it ain't no thing. Fellas, put your hands together. Young ladies, get up and shake it right. The wind blowing down the streets around, we can't be found to run the sound. Ladies, check out this whole tight. With the designer, Jesus looks so mean with your perfume. So clean, you're supposed to be just chemist.
Hey y'all, we're far bad brothers and you can't deny. We got it together, so let's do this.
And when we shock the house, and when we rock the house, and when we shock the house, and when we rock the house, and when we shock the house,
you wonder why we tried our best and that's no lie. Fantastic, fantastic. Roll, romantic. 5
MC, shock in the house.
For all the young ladies, you don't stop. Keep on to the break song. Everybody, somebody, say ho, say ho, let's scream. Okay, now you black and you proud. Say black, say power. Say black is beautiful. Say black is clean. And I'm proud to be black, y'all.
To be black, y'all.
And it's the boogie rock.
And it's the boogie rock. And it's the body rock. And it's the body rock.
Holy cow, that was one incredible, legendary scene. DZ, I'm on mic too if you got me up. Just want to make sure we got everybody up. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, and I have the most incredible special edition today. And you've already met Geechie Dan.
What's up?
And I would now like to introduce the amazing DJ DeWitt.
Yes, sir.
And Waterbed Kev, the one, the only iconic hip-hop legend. Sir, thank you so much for being with us, Kev.
Hey, yo, thank you for having me, you know what I'm saying? Thanks, Geechie, baby.
Well, this is a really special day for us, okay? And it's a really special day for hip-hop. You know, as the founder of the world's first hip-hop museum, you know, we have brought you out today to talk to you, to commemorate you, to preserve the legacy and the music, you know, that you've created. And so we just got back from a break, and while we were on break, we were watching the world's first hip-hop movie, Wild Style. Tell us what you told me about all those people in that scene.
Well, in the Dixie scene, we had a whole lot of people from our neighborhood. We tell everybody we was making a movie. Everybody wanted to come around. It's not like today people don't come, don't support. Back then, we bring the whole building. And it was funny that when they showed the movie for the first time in the 57 Playhouse, we saw it, and it was a beautiful thing, man. I'm glad we did that, man. As young kids, we did our thing.
And, you know, what does it feel like years later, what is it, 35, 37 years later, to have been in the world's first hip-hop movie? I mean, among so many other things, but that really, we're fortunate in that there's proof, there's evidence, there's, you know, a documentary movie that actually showed what was happening at that time. What does it feel like looking back at it now?
Well, you know, when I used to go to the movies, a little curious kid, like, I used to wonder how everybody got in the screen. I didn't go watch the movie. I just wanted to know how they got in there. You know, we stuck around and we met Charlie Ahern, and, you know, he grabbed us up and asked us we come and get in the Wild Style. And the way it's grown, nobody knew it was going to grow the way it did, but it's a 50-50 thing right now with me in hip-hop, especially in the Bronx.
What do you mean 50-50? What does that mean?
That means half of it is popping and half is stopping.
Yeah. Love, hate, you mean?
Love, hate, friends that turn on each other, they
Yeah.
block you. Oh, you getting ready to do these guys? Oh, no, they don't do them, do us. You know, stuff like that. You know, we've been through that since the 70s, man.
Yeah.
It's a small thing, though.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting because one of the most iconic things, influential, pioneering things you've ever done was the group The L Brothers, be a part of the L Brothers. And Busy Bee always talks about, you know, the positivity and the love and the community that hip hop was. Do you think hip hop's lost that?
Yeah, it's lost it, and mainly the supporters. I mean, the people that came up with us was so happy and so proud of us. Our crowd would just be there. Like, that's gone. A lot of people got older and they don't do it no more. You know, a lot of people see you say, "Yo, Kev, how you been? You still?" And I say, "Yeah, I've been still doing the same thing. 19 years now. Where you been at?"
Okay. DZ, do you have those Kevie Kev pictures? Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is something kind of cool. So before we even get to that, we got a whole unboxing and signing and amazing. It was like literally a cornucopia of hip hop shit happening up here. Okay, with fucking markers and scissors and all sorts of shit. Okay, now listen, we have a historian at the Hip Hop Museum. You see, when I went to create the world's largest collection of hip hop memorabilia and artifacts, I was smart enough to know I wasn't the smartest guy. Do you know what I mean? I think you're a fool if you think you're the smartest man in any hip-hop, computers, whatever. So I chose, and we chose, to work with a lot of people. Geechie Dan is now our audio archivist.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that, man. For real. Thank you.
Deserve that, man. He deserved that.
Are you kidding me? We couldn't do it without him. He has the preservation. Okay. Yeah. Round of applause.
I appreciate that. Thank you, y'all.
Round of applause for Geechie Dan.
Thank you.
I wanted to do that live on air. The other person we have, and we have many, but our historian is a guy by the name of Jay Quan. Now, this guy knows hip-hop inside and out.
Yeah, big shout-out to Jay Quan.
Shout out to Jay Quan.
Word up.
Okay, and the foundation. Okay, I want to play some questions that he has for you. So, DZ, if you wouldn't mind just like running these very rare pictures you're about to see of yourself, okay, with this question. This is the first question from Jay Quan, and it sounds like this.
Yo, Kev, this is Jay Quan. Two questions for you. My first question is, you were known as like, people have compared you to like Scorp's role in the Furious or AD's role in the Cold Crush, as far as, being fly and being kind of, the physical piece of the group. As far as I'm concerned, one of the differences in that comparison is that you were also known for your lyrical skills a little more than those cats were within their groups. So my question to you is, who inspired you lyrically and stylistically as an MC early on?
All right, first I'm going to answer.
My other question is...
Sorry.
First I'm going to answer about the Furious Five. My brothers, they are. They had a situation, and they came to me and asked me for help, and I gave it to them. I traveled with them a couple of years, had them dance stepping. If you don't understand that, just pull up the video. It's Nasty of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and you'll see 6 of us. I'm getting to the next question, man. Guys, it's on you, baby.
The next question was stylistically. Who?
I got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo,
who influenced you
about
stylistically?
Easy AD and them, all of them was my clones. I wore braids first. I was the first nigga in hip hop with braids. I got down and you know what I'm saying? I'm a terror to them. I come around, they think I'm gonna take their shine. I mean, they fall apart when they see Waterbed. They want to look like Waterbed. Waterbed had braids, all them niggas had Jerry curls. Y'all wanna get real?
Yes.
Waterbed, y'all wore helmets, but mine was chrome.
Wow.
Dog collars, handcuffs, whips, chains, you know what I'm saying? Foxtails.
Yeah.
Different boots, different colors, man. That's all Waterbed, baby.
Yeah. So what does it feel like being such a style icon? Like, in addition to your lyricism, in addition to, just the pure hip hop of it, you stylistically affected so many things. Would you ever think about that, or you only just think about the lyricism?
No, we didn't worry about that stuff because we was fly every day, all day, any day. You know what I'm saying? That was just our life.
But it was a bit competitive.
Sometime, but you gonna buy it after you see me with it because I did it first.
Right. Was it this competitive back then?
Man, you had to be original or you wasn't nothing. The niggas
Right.
was dipping and diving, trying to whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And who gave you the biggest run for your money when it came to the battles?
Ain't nobody, I mean, look, when these guys contend us, we like Mike Tyson, we wasn't losing.
Yeah.
We wasn't into that. Like I said, I don't want to keep going. They call us pretty boys.
Yeah.
But that's a good look, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of pretty boys, hold on. That's actually a perfect time to play the second question.
During the time that you were a member of the Furious Five and y'all were known as the Furious Lovers, you know, people outside of New York in that time period, the only glimpse we would get of that would be the It's Nasty video with you in it. So if you could tell a short story or two about that time with the Furious, how was it, you know, being instrumental in two huge groups in that first stage of hip hop, and any interesting story, you know, within your time with the Furious?
Yeah, rocking with Theodore and Flash, two best DJs in the game, so I was always dope. I never worried about when they played, you feel me? When they came to me and asked me, I said, look, I'm not going to be Kid Creole. They said, well, don't worry about that. I said, did you put him out the group yet before you're trying to put me in? Yeah, don't worry. Mel telling me all this. This is his brother. Yo, man, don't worry about him. You in, that's it. I got in the group, did what I had to do, course master stereo, wrote a joint called Flash It to the Beat, taught them a whole new flavor, had them dance stepping. I was on White Lines. I did all the freeze, the rocks, the blow. I'm not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I put all my 2 cents into that record. Wasn't nobody on White Lines with Melly Mel and Kevie Kev. How you like that?
So that brings me to my next question. You did a lot of things before a lot of people, and then a lot of people started doing those same things. Where is the line between biting and emulating?
I mean, biting could be anything, right? Style, rhyme, whatever it is, you know. If somebody got a little something better than you and you like it, you're going to go for it just like anybody would, you know? I mean, but we wasn't in the race. We was leading races, you know, all the time.
Right.
I mean, I ain't going to tell you how old I am, but I bet you believe that I still look like I did 20, 30 years ago. I bet you that.
Well, I'll tell you, you're fortunate, and you're very, and a lot of guys like, you know, Kaz and Mel, you know, to still have their health.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Let's be honest with ourselves. We just lost Jimmy.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of people in America can't afford proper and good health care.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay? Now, we at the Hip Hop Museum take this very serious. Now, we're going to be starting a fund, actually a healthcare fund for hip hop legends. But before I get into that, your battles with the Cold Crush brothers were, to say memorable is like, I need a new word. Like, you know, so this is a record that is from the Hip Hop Museum's collection. This is from one of, you know, the Harlem World battles, and this one is signed by Grandmaster Kaz from the Cold Crush brothers. And we're gonna right now on set. Actually, you have a silver marker. I think that would look good right there. We're gonna have you sign this record while we play. Okay, go ahead and sign right there, because we're gonna play the Fantastic Five versus Cold Crush and Harlem World. 1981. DZ, you got that very first video right there? All right, here we go. Take it away.
Y'all like that? If y'all like that, somebody say number one. Say number one. Say I feel. Say real good. When the Fantastic Five is in my neighborhood. Somebody and anybody and everybody scream, scream, scream. Before we start to rap, can we get a little soul clap?
Yeah.
Can we get
Everybody,
a little soul
come
clap?
on. Yeah.
Can we get a little
Everybody,
soul
come
clap?
on. Yeah.
We got to have a little soul clap.
Everybody, yeah.
What we need is a little soul clap.
Yeah.
I said, throw your hands in the air.
In the air.
And wave them like you just don't care.
Come on.
Just throw your hands in the air.
In the air.
And wave them like you just
Everybody,
don't care.
come on.
If you're feeling good on the floor, come on. All the ladies say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let the battle begin. You know the battle will begin.
We're going to win.
You know the battle will begin.
We're going to win.
Dada Rock, are you ready to win the G?
The gusto is going home with me. Master Rob, are you ready to win the G?
The gusto is going home with me. So whip a whip, are you ready to win the G?
The gusto is going home with me. Ruby D, are you ready to win the G?
The gusto is going home with me. Kevie Kev, are you ready to win the G? The gusto is going home with me.
The way the cold crush look, they should be ashamed. You know I slang, now here's our real name.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Daryl.
I'm Jane. I'm Ruben. Hold up now, the mic. Let's do it one more time. No,
The mic is off.
One more.
Yo.
All right, Kev, first of all, if anyone knows hip hop, there was about 3 to 23 samples that people have taken from these battles and these jams. DZ, if you can flip the YouTube to some hip hop beats there in the background. I could hear like just 10 samples already, right? Just from that jam. But Kev, tell us what's going on right there. What's happening right there? Because that routine sounds amazing. Come close to the mic.
On which one? This one right here?
That battle at Harlem World. What was?
Yo.
Explain what was going on.
Cold Crush was riding high, like they was feeling untouchable, like they could come at somebody that's real, and they picked us. I don't know why they picked us, you know what I'm saying? I told Ray Chan, I said, look, it's $1,000 at stake. Why don't the winners take 7 and the losers take 3? This way everybody has some money. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want the whole thing. I'm like, you sure? When it was all said and done, like they put their hands over the Cold Crush and said, let me in for the Cold. I thought we lost. That's how loud it was. But when he put his hand up to even say, the places lost their mind. They lost their mind. Them niggas went in the back and cried like little girls, man. We gave them tissues from the tuxedo pocket. You feel me? You want to keep it real? We gave them that. That's what they got. I told your man Flex, Funkmaster Flex, oh, they was my best group back in the day. I said, nigga, you got some money? Tell them let's do it again. Dot ain't here. Whoever ain't there, let's do it again. Cass said, nah, I don't want to do that. Just leave that alone, man. They won already. Why you want? Because he know he got more to lose than his group. So they don't want to do that.
So how old were you at the time?
About 20.
About 20.
22.
So what's it like going home with $2,000?
Well, when you're 20 and you getting money, you know,
that's a lot of money for a 20-year-old in 1981.
We playing 3-card Molly, giving $1,700 every day.
Oh, okay.
We got girlfriends that take us shopping all the time.
Oh, okay.
For any of the fabrics, we didn't have to pay for much, and everything we did pay for, I paid for.
But did you ever envision, like, because like from the tapes and the L Brothers, did you ever envision that you would actually be in battles bringing home thousands of dollars and being like the first human in the world to actually do that thing? Now these guys, Loaded Lux and all the, battle, beef MCs and all the, that's a normal thing, right? You go to Fight Club in the basement,
Right.
And MCs, it's a 10-grand pot, 20-grand pot, whatever. But like that's like a thing now,
Right, back
but
then-
But that wasn't a thing then.
Back
like
then,
that didn't
no.
exist. Like
That
so
type of
what
money
did
on
that
the line,
feel
nah.
like being like you're like a fighter in a ring, but you have a microphone?
Right.
What are you thinking as a 20-year-old?
Well, to be honest, you don't think about somebody putting it on you. Who goes out and say, oh, this nigga's going to beat me? Nobody do that. And I know we never done that. You feel me? We kept it real with all the groups. But anybody that wanted it, they was getting it. Period. We had hip-hop right here in the palm of our hand at one time. We know what it's like to run the game. We lost the game. Homo Thugs got it. We can't get in. It's crazy.
Do you say Homo Thugs?
Nah, man, that wasn't me.
Dude, this guy's hilarious. First of all, can we zoom in on this again? Okay, so the infamous record label, Sugar Hill Records, to even have a record on Sugar Hill, much less a hit, okay, like this one, is very rare. Okay, I'm gonna have you sign this for the Hip Hop Museum. I think black is gonna look best. It's gonna stand out, maybe like right there in the corner. Let's watch him sign it. Okay, and while you're signing that, I want people to listen to everyone, like that's like my age, which is like early 40s. When I say the word soul clap, immediately you're thinking showbiz and AG. But let me tell you something. If you really know your history, okay, you're gonna go even back farther than that. Do you see the video that says Grand Wizard Theodore, the Fantastic Romantic Five, DZ? Grand Wizard Theodore, the Fantastic Romantic Five. Can I get a soul clap? Let's hear the original soul clap, shall we? Check it out.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I said, do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Jump tap. Young ladies.
And all you gentlemen, this is original rap from the start
To the end. We're fresh out the pack.
So you gotta stay back. We got one Puerto Rican
And the rest are black.
Our DJ called Tito, put you on the floor. He put bandits on the records, he got cuts galore.
And Tito's on the tip-top.
He give the records a chop and make the 5 MC wanna rock.
Spot. So have you ever seen a human as fat as a lizard?
Check him out, party people, he's the only grand wizard.
And let me tell you what goes on inside of a party.
You come to have a ball and meet everybody. The bass in your face, then you start to smile. You say you're gonna go home, but then you stay a long while.
You get up out your seat cause you're feeling good.
Because the beat sounds all like you know it should.
But then you get on down to the funky
And
sound.
then you boogie up until you shake your butt. And then you freak, the freak's so very unique. You start clapping your hands and move your body to the beat.
Oh, you start to sweat, you start to feel the heat.
And now this is what we call a real funky beat.
Another hit from Kevie Kev. Got hits for days. This guy's got history for days. Tell me about that record.
Wow, that was our first record. That was actually the first time we went to record anything with the Fantastic down on Broadway, maybe 48th Street and Broadway, across the street from Layton's.
Now, we had Grand Wizard on just literally, 2 weeks ago with DZ? I think that was just the other week. And we were debuting, his new documentary with, shout out Cortez McKay, the director, with Birth of Hip Hop Films.
Yeah.
And
Big shout out
we
to Cortez.
Yes.
Yes.
You did an incredible job documenting the exact moment, that Theodore figured out how to scratch. You're working with, the L Brothers and Theodore, who was a part of that. Tell me what the camaraderie was like, what the L Brothers, meant to you and how they formed.
Well, that's my legacy right there, period. And number two, Theodore was my best friend. He was going to school with me since the 3rd grade. And they wouldn't let Theodore touch the turntables for a long time. Finally, Theodore used to sneak in the room and turn it on, and I try to rhyme while he tried to cut, L Brothers. Well, when the crew got together and said we want to be the L Brothers, we said, why the L Brothers? And they said, because they was Livingstons. That was their last name. I said, well, you can't get our last name on there, so you shouldn't have a last name on there neither. So we're going to name it the L Brothers, and the L stands for love, because we all brothers. Master Rob was my brother, and those 3 was brothers.
All right, so speaking of brothers, DZ, let's get Busy Bee on the line. Going to make a phone call here to one of your L brothers, one of your brothers in L, brothers in life, brothers in love. Whoa. Pause. Busy Bee is funny. I was talking to him about this
Busy
just,
Bee is-
just earlier. He's a
He
character.
Chief Rocker. His birthday was last.
Y'all bring them tunes and fuse in the league house, man. Huh?
Yo, Busy Bee, you are live
what up?
on air. Special edition of Hip Hop in Action with your boy Kevie Kev.
Bet. Say it again.
You're with Kevie Kev, live on air, Busy.
Kev, what's happening?
What up, baby?
Yo. So, hey, I'm in the barber chair getting my face hooked up. I'm
Yo.
going to call you back in 2 minutes.
All right, call us back.
I'm going to call y'all back.
All right, peace. Now, another person that was L Brothers were really influential to? He actually said, just the other day, he posted on Facebook that the first tape he ever heard was the L Brothers, and that's the one and only Biz Markie. We're going to give Biz Markie a call.
Yeah,
He
my
said
boy
he,
right
he
there.
said he wanted to call in. He said he wanted to chime in on the L Brothers. Yo, Biz.
Yeah.
Yo, I got you live on air with Kevie Kev of the L Brothers.
Kevie Kev from the planet Earth.
Came to rock this universe.
Tell me about
Say we, say what? Say we, say what? I'm scared of who?
Scared of you.
I'm scared of who?
I'm scared of you.
So
don't want to be left behind. All we want to do is just blow your mind. Just one more time.
Boom, 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 boom.
So the first cassette you ever heard was the L Brothers, Biz?
L Brothers.
And what was it like being
L
in Long
Brothers.
Island? Listening to that stuff.
Because my boy Derek was from New York and I was from Long Island, and he moved out there, and that's the cassette he had. I still got it. It was on a Sertron tape. Remember Sertron?
Yep.
You still have it?
I got that, and I got an Ampex.
Oh shit. Biz, tell me about your tape collection. Like how many early jams do you have, you think?
About 25 to 2,800. Easy.
You got me beat.
Oh my god. And what are your favorites? Like Geechie Dan was telling us his favorite jams. What are your favorite cassettes?
L Brothers. You crazy? Come on, Bob with the bang with the Bob.
You listen to the voice called the Master Raw.
Rock a Rob for me, I rock a Rob for you. Make everybody dance and do. Come on, man. And another one is when they battle Cold Crush. They're the only ones that beat Cold Crush.
And how did they influence your rhymes? Do you what how did they, you know what I mean? What mark did they leave on you?
First of all, I mean, nobody take this wrong. My favorite MC was Master Rob, and then I got the name from Busy B. My name used to be Busy B Markie. You know what I mean? And you know, after Busy like lost, I changed my name to Biz Markie.
So we just called
Biz. And Kev know I hung with. I used to hang with Donna Rock.
Yep.
Hang with Theodore. Came up there to see him and his brother. Tell the truth, Kev.
No doubt. All the time, Biz.
Wow.
Oh, man. Hey, listen to me. I don't know who. They need to make an unsung about tapes from 79 on down. Get all this new stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
That's why I'm writing a book called It Started with a Cassette. And I got the same L Brothers tape in my hand, the picture, the Sertron tape. And another one is the one party was at the Audubon.
Oh, boy.
That's the first tape I heard. When y'all was at the Audubon?
Yeah, man. There should be a lot of people in there. We packed that shit.
And I'm going to tell you, listen to me. Let me tell you something. They used to rhyme off Mardi Gras, and after Mardi Gras used to be T-Life, and then you go into Apache.
Yep. That's the tape that I got, Biz. What's up? It's Geechie Dan.
No, you don't got the tape, Geechie Dan.
I got
Geechie
the tape.
Dan,
What's up?
Jimmy tapes a long time ago, Geechie. Remember that, Geechie?
I remember.
Tell me.
How you doing? I got the amazing duet here with me. What's good?
What's up, Biz?
What up? Hey, but the thing is, one of the greatest groups of all time has to be the L Brothers. Then it has to be the Furious 4. And then Breakout with Raheem. Then later on, the Cold Crusher stuff came.
Right.
And everybody, if anybody got any different than that, you tell me.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Do you think that it would be a good movie scene to recreate one of the Cold Crush and Fantastic Five battles at Harlem World? Would that be a good chapter in your book?
Now, my chapter in the book is just straight listening to that first cassette, and I'm in 8th grade. That's 1978. I'm looking at the tape. I'm listening to it like, what the hell is this? This haven't been. And I was into sport. I was into Gigantor. I was into Johnny Lightning. I was into SSP. And anybody that's our age know what I'm talking about.
Well,
because in 1973 or 72, Bruce Lee died, and then they started trying to copy Bruce Lee. Y'all remember that, right?
Yep.
And there was a gap between that and 1977, 78. 77, 78 is when I first heard hip hop. I don't know about anybody else. Everybody's saying 1973 and all that. I was a kid in 73. We wasn't thinking about listening to no damn girl, what's it called. We were listening to Michael Jackson. Jackson 5.
Right. Any closing words? We got limited time. We got to get back to the induction here. But is there any last words you want to say for Kevie Kev?
Kevie Kev know already. Kevie Kev know he's one of the greatest. Stop playing. Yo, listen to me. Kevie Kev and the Fantastic Five beat Cold Crush. not just because of routine, because they looked good better at the time. Now you tell me if I'm right on that battle.
Yeah, man.
Remember that battle when they go, we look real good, and then we ain't no bugs the fantastic plot, right or wrong.
Yo, no doubt.
He was just saying it. He was the first one with cornrows and hip hop, with
Right.
braids.
Yo, he probably was, because I was scared for somebody to break my hair. Your hair be too tight. Your head be too tight as hell.
Yeah,
you know it.
You had to have a big afro, nigga, from Harlem. You had to have big afro and shit.
Somebody hit him in the head or something, he'd be mad as hell.
All right, well, Biz, thanks so much for calling in, man. We really appreciate you.
Yo, I love you, Biz.
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Donald Rock. Peace
Yeah,
out.
no doubt.
Salute,
bro.
Salute,
Later.
Biz.
Word. He gone.
Well,
that's Biz Markie.
There you go. You can't say it any better. Now, listen, let's do this real quickly, okay? We're about to get into some amazing stuff. Now, one of the things that we're going to get into, yeah, that was a big call in from Biz, right?
Yeah, that's big shout out to
you
Biz.
know, thank you, Biz, for calling in, but also, thank you, Amazing DeWitt.
You're welcome.
For being
Biz
here.
said he was going to call back, man.
Oh,
but
yeah.
2 minutes he had said.
Man, typical. He's in the chair.
He's
He's in the barbershop. It's cool. It's cool. DeWitt, before I get back to Kev here in a second, tell me a little bit about what we're going to be kind of world premiering here. Tell me a little bit about this Jam Master Jay battle.
Okay, this was like a spontaneous battle. It wasn't planned. It just happened. It was a basketball tournament going on. It was these big-time drug dealers around my way, South Jamaica, Queens, New York City, the Supreme Team versus Hollis Crew, which is Run DMC's stomping ground. So what happened after the game, I got on the turntable, somebody was rhyming, and I never met Jay, or anything. So he asked to get on. So I'm like, okay, you can get on, no problem. I'm not a hater. So he got on, and he was like,
Oh, this was your equipment?
yes, it was my setup. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got paid to do the event.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the few DJs that used to make money coming out in the park. I wasn't coming out for free. At first I did, but after I built my name up, I was getting paid to come out there, like playing in the club. Now what happened, I let him get on, and he started trying to show off, whatever. I ain't paid no mind. Like for DJ get on, yeah, do your thing. I don't hold nobody back. So he got on, he was, flashing real back and forth. And then he gave me the look, like, what, with the headphones? I'm like, oh, really? So I looked at him like he was crazy. So I got on, and I did the same exact thing a lot faster, and I was doing it with my mouth on the fader. And the crowd went crazy. So he gets back on the second time, and he called himself, supposed to be beat juggling. And he had somebody hyping him up. Hollis Crew, Jam Master Jay. And then I got back on the second time. Then now I'm doing all types of tricks.
Oh, my God. There's multiple rounds.
Right. It went 2 rounds. If it had went to the third round, he would have got really embarrassed because I had a lot of tricks that I wasn't doing in the park at that time because I was a target. So I would do just enough to try to get somebody to bite. And then if they were to try to call me out, I would give them the whole repertoire.
Oh, my God.
So what happened, when I got on the second time, I was, spinning behind my back, cutting backwards and everything, showing off my speed and so on. So, and I was kind of disappointed because I wasn't expecting that from him. First of all, I'm looking at him like, come on, you the most known DJ on the planet, and you trying to battle somebody from the hood?
Yeah.
You coming back to where, and I'm trying to get out,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, is he high or something? I didn't know what to think.
Right.
So after the second round, they made their little excuse, oh, we got to go on tour. And I'm like saying to myself, yeah, you better leave because if I get on the next time, I'm really going in. Because I'm already mad.
So there was no judges because it's a spontaneous battle, right?
Yeah, but the crowd reaction, if you listen to it.
You could tell.
Right, it went to me.
So are you telling me you beat Jam Master Jay?
Yes, I did. And I didn't talk about it for a long time because he had passed away.
Right.
Then one day I was on Facebook, I think about 5 years ago, and I had a DJ partner. His name is Cutmaster JT. So what happened, I made a comment, and then, I didn't really want to talk about it
because he's not here to defend himself. So my man JT was like, yo, fuck that. He wear that shoe. Then I said, you know what? You right.
Well, I got to be honest with you. You know, Jam Master Jay is so prolific that just like playing his music and honoring him and talking about him and playing old battles, I think is a good way to honor his legacy. What do you have right here that you are going to donate to the Hip Hop Museum?
Well, it's a memorial with Jam Master Jay. Rest in peace.
Can we hold it up?
Jam Master Jay.
Show the camera.
And we also got a copy of the battle part on CD.
Wow. Now this is rare. This is literally going to be the first, and that's his son. And this is going to be the
No. That's Jay, and his signature is from Venus, his cousin.
His cousin. Okay. And this is going to be the first like jam or battle, audio donation that the museum's taking on. And then DeWitt, you're going to sign this shirt?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And we're going to play this in a second here. We're going to play this. But before we play this, we want to finish up. I was trying to buy time so Busy can get his haircut. But we want to play the 78 jam, right?
Yes.
We have that. DZ, you have that ready to go? 1978 L Brothers. Okay, so let me just quickly try to ring Busy one more time because I want him to quickly chat about the L Brothers, okay? And then I was going to hand it off to you guys, but instead we're just going to keep going because we have limited time. And we want to just keep doing it. We got about 40 minutes left. Okay, so we're going to get all of this done. Let's call Busy B right now, DZ. We're going to call Busy B on the line, see if we can't get him to take a couple minutes.
Hello?
Hey, brother.
Yo, Jeremy.
We got you live on air. Busy B, you are with Kevie Kev.
Kevie Kev, the Waterbed. What's up, Waterbed?
Yo, man, your party was supernatural.
Hey, Kevie Kev, the Waterbed. Touch it, why don't you?
Yo, Busy, your birthday party was the bang, man. Shit was dope.
Yeah, I'm glad you came through, man. That was very special to me, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, and to see you pop up like that was awesome, man. We had a great time, man. We had a lot of people come up and had on their costumes. We had Superman in the building. We had Wonder Woman in the building. We had the Addams family in the building. It was all right, man. I was happy to see my friends, and that was what it's all about, man. Tell me what you're doing these days. What's going on?
Busy, tell me about, we're right in the middle of, we're about to play one of your L Brother jams from 1978 here in a little bit, and we wanted to talk to you with Kev about the L Brothers and kind of like, what that group meant to you and your experience with the L Brothers.
That group meant a lot to me, man. It meant a lot to all of us at that time. Before Kev went with the Furious or joined them, we was undefeated. It was no group, and then at that time it was only a handful of groups anyway. But then there was nobody that can come across us. We was the 3 MCs, and we was pretty. We still that, and we had routines that was off the chain. And Melly Mel, Kid Creole, and Cowboy they couldn't touch us. I'll say it in their face. I'll say it behind their back. We was dominant. We was like the Beatles. Yeah. Kevie Kev, Robbie Rob, and Busy B. We was the Beatles in hip hop at that time in '78. Wow. There was no group. Everybody wanted to be us. They couldn't. It was unstoppable. Kevie Kev was the guy with the girls. I had the golden voice. Robbie Rob was the people's choice, and it was that's how it went down. And we was unstoppable.
So right as
I'm trying to tell him, but I'm listening.
Well, he doesn't need to tell us because we just got off the line with Biz Markie, who told us that was the first cassette he ever got and how influenced he was. He started rapping all the lines.
Right, and that's for everybody that came around. They're not going to tell you, but Biz will tell you the truth. But they all came and saw us. From Raheem, all of them. From that generation, if you was in that generation and you was coming up, you emulated the 3 MCs. That was Kevie Kev, Robbie Rob, and Busy B. And with Elba and with Theodore behind them wheels still, Flash couldn't even fuck with us. Sorry for the words on the street, but that's real. Right. We was unstoppable. We was the Beatles, man. If we'd have just stayed together the way it started out with the records, and if we'd have had good records, we'd be still on the top to this day. You know what I mean? Because we were set trenders. We set trends. Kevie Kev did one thing, I did another. We were set trenders. Yeah. And to this day, our generation, if you from that generation and out there, the Curtis Blows, the Cold Crushers, the Furious Fives, all those generations, they emulated what we did because we was good at it. We looked good at it. We was good at it, and the people and the fans spoke for ourselves. Because we was the first to go to Manhattan. We was the first to go to the Lower East Side. We was the first to go to Brooklyn. None of them was doing that. Nobody was doing that, and we was doing that. So we got our reputation in Harlem before the Cold Crush, before anybody. We was in Harlem World. We was playing in Harlem. We was doing all this type of stuff before any of those rappers, and we was from the Bronx.
Well, let me ask you. This to me all sounds like great material for a documentary.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think about an L Brothers documentary, you guys?
Well, if me and Busy going to do it, I do it with Busy. I do it with Busy.
Well, you know, right now, if we find somebody interested in what we did, that'd be awesome to do. But the truth and the facts is lying upon us and speaking about it between Mean Gene, Cordio, Theodore, and then the 3 MCs that'll rock you to your knees. Because we was known as that. We was the 3 MCs that'll rock you to your knees. Kevie Kev, Robbie Robin, Busy B, Starsky. And we was that.
Busy, we're short on time, but I want to thank you so much for calling in, brother. And you know I'll be talking to you in the next coming days.
Busy B.
That's what's up, man.
Yo,
Yo,
Busy.
Water Bear, stay up, man.
I will. My
Touch it, why
birthday.
don't you?
My birthday is coming in January. I'm gonna hit you up, yo.
All right, say no more, man.
Busy B. Yo,
Oh, by the
do
way,
it.
yeah, Geechie Dan is here and has many of your old jams. Say hi,
Dan,
Geechie
what's
Dan.
happening, D?
Yo, what's up, B? Yo, happy belated birthday
Hey,
to
I'm
you,
just
Busy.
chilling. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man.
I
Love you.
appreciate it, man.
And you know
yeah,
I had to
y'all
come.
stay
You know I
up,
had to
man.
bring Waterbed here, and we know we had to play the L Brothers jams. You know that, right?
Okay, yeah, we got to
And
do
you got a
it.
fly
We gotta do
picture.
it. I got the new
Yo.
stuff, too, man. You got to let them know about my new stuff, man. That Sticky Green song is popping, man.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
it is popping. That is hot.
Number 2 on Hip Hop Gods Radio. So check out Busy B's new single, Sticky Green. Brother, thank you so much for calling in. Busy B, everyone. Woo!
Yo, say ho!
All right,
Peace
later.
and hair.
Busy B. Bzzz.
All right, so check this out. Without further ado, you got those pictures, DZ? So what we're going to do is we're going to play that 1978 L Brothers jam right now. We're going to play that right now. This is really rare, really, really rarely historic stuff. And let's play some of those Kevie Kev pictures that you got there, DZ, all right? So without further ado, here is 1978 cassette tape jam of the one and only, the pioneering L Brothers. we're back. That's great. You can just turn it down a little bit, DZ. That's perfect, actually. Hey, everybody. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision and the Hip Hop Museum, with a very special edition of Hip Hop in Action with Geechie Dan, DJ Amazing DeWitt, and the one, the only Kevie Kev. Woo! Kevie Kev, we are now listening to, or we're just listening to, this 1978 super, super rare jam of the L Brothers, and we were just talking to Busy B. What are your memories of jams like this? Like, what feelings do you think of when you think of this?
Yo, Busy was hungry. We used to send him out like he was a pit. Go get him, Busy. Busy should go out and do his thing, and me and Rob used to back him up. You know what I'm saying? 3 MCs was kind of dope, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we didn't have too much to be grasping and learning from. We created a lot of stuff, but everybody do got somewhere or somebody that influenced them or something. But to take that and go into the things that we went into, unbelievable.
And how much of it is routines and how much of it is just improv on the spot?
Yo, we got about 7 to 10 real raw routines, and the rest freestyle or rhymes. It didn't matter, everything. We had joints off of all kinds of records.
Well, what about like this? Is this a freestyle or is this a written?
Well, Busy is just going off while somebody playing right now. That's a freestyle. I mean, if he's not rhyming, if he's just doing it off the head, then that's what it is.
Wow.
They were into that. Busy didn't stay with us too long to learn how to write rhymes, real rhymes. That's why he a party MC.
Yeah.
You know, he don't spit bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I spit bars.
Well, speaking of spitting bars, if you're tuning in right now, you're looking at DJ Amazing DeWitt and Geechie Dan signing DJ Devious's giant-ass cassette right here, which is also part of America's largest boombox, which is here at Listen Vision Studios. You can come and check this out. And the cassette is signed by all these different legends. Let me see here. We have some pictures. You brought some pictures, Kev.
Yes,
DZ, let's zoom in on some of these pictures.
All right. We'll go with the L Brothers first, since we hear about the L Brothers so much. Right here, I got a picture. I was about 22, Rob was about 23, 24, and Busy was in between that. We was in a disco fever. As you can see, from floor to top, we all fresh. We fresh. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had the leather bomber Eskimo, we had the velour pants, we had the Mark necks, you know. We had it all. That's the L Brothers. That's the 4 Fantastic 5. Robbie Rob, Kevie Kev, and Lil Starsky.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's official.
And this is getting donated to the Hip Hop Museum, so of course we're going to want you to sign it. Let me get the. Can I get the silver back? You guys
Yeah,
got
give
the
me
silver?
back my silver marker.
All right, take that. And then while you're signing that, tell me a little bit about what this is.
Oh, that's my boys. That's everybody. On my left is Dada Rock with the glasses, bald head, passed away. Rest in peace. Myself in the green. My brother Master Rob in the fatigue. Whip in the black. Ruby D in the white. At the Manhattan Center.
Wow.
Magic Johnson Theater, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Yeah. That was about 7 years ago.
Okay. Well, he's going to sign these pictures, and this is going to be all, part of, your legacy and your history, your career, your music will live on forever in the Hip Hop Museum. And speaking of things that are going to live on forever, you cannot erase beating Jam Master Jay in a battle. But do we have that MP3 ready to go? So, because we're going to do this. This is going to be a real moment. Geechie Dan, tell me about when you first met DeWitt and when you discovered, this battle and this jam. Tell me about this.
Okay. 2015, about 4 years ago, I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and DeWitt was, he had all the park jams, all the parties in Queens, him and Tape Master B, Queens from the South Side, and I started playing tapes on I decided that I wanted to play tapes on the radio, and the confirmation came from Red Alert. Big shout out to Red Alert. When I was in Atlanta, I said, "Yo, Red, I got all these tapes that I'm converting over to CD and MP3, and I want to play them on the radio." And he said, "Yo, well, go for it, my brother." I said, "All right, cool." second confirmation I received from my cousin. He came over to my home when I was living in Georgia, in Grayson, and he was staying with me at the time, and he seen these boxes of tapes that I had, and he was like, yo, you got tapes like crazy. And at that time, I had maybe about 150 tapes, 200 tapes at the time, and this was 2007. And he was like, yo, you should do something with those tapes, man. They're collecting cobwebs. All you do is play them in the car. At that time, I had a cassette in the car. And then the third confirmation I received from Franksky from V103 in Atlanta, Georgia. And he was looking for a tape of himself at Harlem World at an amateur contest. And I had the tape, and he was like, yo, if you need any help with you doing what you're doing, because you got a gold mine on you. So I said, all right, cool. And then I hooked up with DeWitt on Facebook. I never met DeWitt. I heard a lot about him from the park jams in Queens, because he did all the park jams and he recorded all the jams. So I said, yo, we started talking, and then I started telling him, you know, my vision, what I wanted to do. And he said, yo, that's hot, man. You know, and then, you know, from love, he started giving me the jams on CD. And, you know, it started off with 10, and then 20, and then 50, and then maybe about 100 jams he gave me out of strength. He didn't charge me.
And DeWitt, how did you start DJing, and when did you start DJing?
Well, actually, I started twice. I got to explain this. 1977 was the first time I got on turntables, and what I did, I was disco mixing, and I was bored with it, so I did it for maybe a couple of weeks, and I just stopped. Now, going to 1978, I heard a tape of Grandmaster Flash, and he's going real fast back and forth from left turntable to right turntable. Around this time, a lot of people was making what was called pause tapes, which makes it sound like you're doing that on the turntables, right? But I heard talking in the background while this was going on. So I'm like, okay, it sounds like he's really doing this. And I'm like, there's no way nobody can be doing this for real. So one day, and I always say that, I snuck out to the Bronx when I heard that he was doing the event, and sure enough, he was really doing it. And I was just so amazed. I said, I got to learn how to do this. So that was my second turnaround. And then when I was trying to emulate Flash, it took a while, I just went straight into the mixing and scratching. I didn't waste my time with the disco mixing. I didn't care about that. I know a lot of DJs that started disco mixing first, and then they went over to the scratching. I just did it for a couple of weeks and I just stopped.
Yeah, but when you heard, it's kind of interesting because I have a similar story, except just like 20 years later. Right. When I saw the movie, I was DJing, but then when I saw the movie Juice, I was like, oh shit, you can do all that. You know what I mean? So I feel like everyone has these pivotal moments, do you know what I mean, where you're inspired by something and the next thing you know, you're launched head first into it. Right. Had you ever battled before this?
Not a planned battle. Most of the things that I went through was more or less spontaneous. So it was more or less like that. That's the best way I can put it. But as far as a planned battle, no. Nobody really tried to get at me other than, Jam Master Jay.
Which is crazy. Of all the people to have gotten at you,
Right.
So tell me a little bit about, the Geechie Dan tape show, Dan, and what you guys are doing together and where people can find that show, too.
Well, he has to answer that question. I leave that for Geechie Dan, as far as we can find it. But as far as how we met through Facebook. And we was chopping it up, about his tape show that he wanted to do, or already was doing. And I'm like, it sounds like a good idea, because first of all, nobody was doing it. Number two, you're talking about what I call real hip-hop,
Yeah.
The way that it started. You don't get no realer than that, with the break beats.
Right.
That's hip-hop in its rarest form. And then eventually it went to the records. So nobody was doing it, and number one. And number two, I felt that a lot of the older cats was not getting the recognition that they did. Like, even in my neighborhood, a lot of guys looked at me and this other DJ called Grandmaster Vic, and we started making our name big in the 80s, early to mid 80s. and they didn't know about dudes before that. So I'm like, like, what's going on? Somebody needs to talk about that. So with Geechie Dan's out there, not only is he talking about it, he's playing the music.
Yeah.
And that's why he get the love he do, because he's being embraced, because he's showing hip hop in its rarest form.
Right. Dan, tell me about that. Tell me about creating the Geechie Dan tape show and kind of the educational aspect that DeWitt's talking about.
When I started doing the show, I was pissed off about when I played tapes and CDs in my car, and my son would be listening, and he was, yo, is that LL? I said, no, that's Mikey D. He didn't know hip hop. He just knew, LL from, on TV, and the actor. He didn't know an early LL. He didn't know Mikey D. He didn't know hip hop. He just know rap, music. He didn't know So when he's hearing, I'm playing tapes of Kumo D, and I'm playing tapes of Mr. Cheeks from the South Side. I'm playing Mikey D. I'm playing an early LL. I'm playing DeWitt. I'm playing Grandmaster Vic. I'm playing all these people that inspired me on these tapes. And my son is like shaking his head because this generation don't know this generation. They don't know the hip hop. They don't know the first generation. So I wanted to create a show so I could bridge the gap from what was hip hop to what is today called rap music or hip hop, because the generations don't know each other. This generation don't know Grandmaster Cass. They don't know Waterbed Kev, Busy B, Amazing DeWitt, Vic, Mikey D, early LL, Kane. So I had tapes of everybody. So I said, you know what? I want to create a show to first the world and the global. I saw the bigger picture to make a global idea, so people can not only hear Fantastic Five, Cold Crush 4, Furious 5, and Funky 4, Zulu Nation. I wanted them to see. So I said, you know what? I already lost everything in Atlanta. I had lost my marriage at the time. I lost my home, my car, lost my job. I went to jail for suspended license for a couple weeks. So I'm on my son's bed, and I'm literally in tears. I'm crying. I'm like, what should I do? What should I do? Because I was at my lowest. And he was like, why don't you go back to New York and live your dream? This is something that you have a passion for. This is something you love to do. Go back to New York and do what you love to do. And this is my son. He's 19 years old telling me this.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know what? I came back to New York, and I started doing my live streaming show. And everybody in New York just caught on to it. Everybody, yo, this he's doing something that nobody else is doing. He's playing tapes.
Right.
And he's interviewing everybody on the tapes.
Right.
And so it started out with a couple hundred people, and then it went to a couple thousand, and then it just went like a wildfire. Everybody started gravitating. The hip hop icons embraced me. It's like, yo, Geechie, we love what you're doing because you playing tapes of us when we was teenagers.
Right.
And nobody's doing that. Nobody, it's like forgotten. And I got upset because nobody giving these brothers and sisters the respect and that they deserve.
Right.
They deserve this.
Right.
And nobody wasn't giving them that respect. So
right.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this tape game and I'm gonna take it to another level. And because I wanted to be a global situation. I wanted to be an iconic doing this. So that's what I did.
You've not only done it, but that's how I found you.
Yes, thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, and that's how we became friends. And I think today is a great day because we got Waterbed Kev.
Yes, sir.
We got on Jam Master J's, RIP anniversary. We have a great jam to kind of memorialize him. This is such a hip hop show. Okay.
Yes.
So let's just get right to it because we got limited time. Is before we play, you know what? No, you can talk about it after we play it. So let's just, DZ, what we're gonna do is let's play this jam. You could actually keep us on screen. That's fine. This is the 1989. I shouldn't say jam. I should say battle. This is a 1989 battle between DJ Amazing DeWitt and Jam Master Jay. Runs about 7 minutes, so let's take a look at that. And let's just take a look at listen to that because it's just audio, right? You got that, DZ? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wish they had the video footage of this.
It's my frame of mind, like a bus driver, ride the bus and make stops. I'll stop once in a while. To make you rock, grab the two now. No, we not talking about big, play me not talking. Talking like this, such a make you ill. You know the Facebook, brothers is down and chill. Cause I'm a to the school, passing up cooler. Body throwing up, I'm too cooler. Singing and killing, covering up, see blues and sing soon up. Don't feel like Louis Vuitton, I'm on dope. No, not talking in the building, not in the past. All on the arm, touch the body, hip hop and body, like it to the break of prayer. Take it out, y'all.
That's One Touch Hut. Rest in peace, One Touch Hut. She was hyping it up.
This is what me doing it with my mouth in the fader.
James, and my man DeWitt. James Hamilton, come to the middle of the court. James Hamilton. Come to the court, the middle of the court. Coming back one time for y'all. It was a beautiful game. Nice time to boo, no shame. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hollis crew had a ball. Supreme Team Hollis crew had a ball. She says yes. Hey, little rascal, you, Yo, what they see in effect? Yo, Jason wanna get the hell out of here before you go. Jason might keep moving, man. Shut the fuck up. It's the amazing duet from Baisley. Uh-oh, Jam Master. Jam Master J on the mix at this time. Or the Tape Master system, boy. Jam Master J! 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 Jam Master J, y'all! Jam Master J, y'all! Jam Master J, y'all! Yeah!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
We still here, DZ? Okay.
It's that waterbed music right there.
So there you have it. 1989 battle between Jam Master Jay and the Amazing DeWitt. Where were you guys?
Baisley Park. That's in South Jamaica, Queens. Near, I don't know if you're familiar with Queens, Baisley Project. It's near there, Supton Boulevard, not far from 40 Projects.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. And
Hillside, Jamaica.
And Kev, you know, there's so much history with you. I realized like 5 minutes into the show that we could do a 5-hour show on you and still not get to everything.
True story.
So let me just say, one, how thankful we are and how appreciative we are to have you down. That's one. Two, you know, when we induct legends into the Hip Hop Museum, we do a full and proper ceremony with awards and plaques and performances, and just know that's coming. You are officially inducted, but we're going to do it proper. Okay?
Thank you, yo. Thanks
That's coming.
Yeah, that's hot.
And thirdly, I want to thank Geechie Dan.
Yeah.
Because without Geechie Dan,
Yes, sir.
We won't
first
have
of all,
we won't have any mixtapes.
we would not only wouldn't we have any mixtapes, but it's just like we got to know where this shit came from. We
Yes.
have to understand educationally
Yes.
why the L Brothers was so important. Why Wild Style is historic.
Yes.
You know, all of these things, and preserve battles with legendary DJs like Jam Master Jay, preserve mixtapes and Harlem World tapes and battles. Like, this is the history of America's largest export, known as hip hop.
Yes.
America's
It's a billion-dollar
largest
business, man.
trillion gazillion
And these
dollar
brothers
business.
and sisters,
Culturally and financially,
Yeah,
not
true
just
story.
financially.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. You're right.
Okay.
hip hop is rich in culture, man, but
It's bitter.
it's It's
But it's
bitter,
bitter
man. And these brothers and
sometimes.
sisters put in so much
It's
work,
worldwide.
and they don't get the respect and props that they get.
Well,
man.
speaking of respect and props, before we sign off, I want you to tell everybody if people want to book you, if they want to find you, if they want to get you in the studio, how do they get in contact? What's your social media? How do they get in contact with you?
Well, to be honest with you, just get through Geechie Dan, you know what I'm saying? But I will give out a number because it's a good number, and if everybody come, it's all right. We're going to narrow y'all down anyway. But listen, call this number. It's a 347 number. It's a 928-5496.
Okay, and that's how you can get directly at Waterbed Camp.
Or hit up Geechie Dan.
Or hit up Geechie Dan. DJ Amazing DeWitt, if people want to book you for a party, if they need a sound system, or if they want to just witness your amazing skills, how do they get a hold of you? Where do they find you?
I have on the internet, amazingdewit52@yahoo.com. That's how I conduct all my DJ business as far as sound systems and me DJing, playing live, and so on.
Okay, and Geechie Dan?
Geechie Dan Hip Hop Tape Show on Instagram, and Geechie Dan on Facebook. Plus, I got a fan page called I Got the Tapes on Facebook, and on Twitter, I'm on as Geechie_NYC. And I must say, I want to let everybody know I'm working on a documentary called I Got the Tapes: The Essence of Hip Hop, Volume 1. I'm going to be having tapes from the first generation, from the crews, and I started a trailer November 16th on Farmers Boulevard in the South Side, Jamaica, Queens, and Harlem, and in the Bronx. So the trailer is I'm doing the trailer on November 16th, and then the documentary I Got the Tapes will be out next year.
Okay. I want everyone to stay tuned because really one of the most pioneering members of the hip-hop community here in Washington, D.C. is a hip-hop artist by the name of Black Indian,
Yes.
whose show comes up next called New Energy, and he was really one of the very first artists signed to a major label as a hip-hop artist here out of Washington, D.C. So stay tuned for New Energy. But until next Friday at 5 p.m., I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision and the Hip Hop Museum. So until next Friday at 5, peace.
Peace.
We're out of here.
See you next.